Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. There are no coincidences. If you are here reading this, know that it is not by chance. Every moment in your life, every challenge, every doubt, and every unexpected turn has led you to this exact point. The struggles you faced were not random. They were carefully orchestrated to bring you to this realization. Maybe you felt it before. A deep sense that your life was meant for something greater, something beyond the ordinary path that most people follow. This feeling is not an illusion. It is a call, a sign that you are meant for more. Today we are not going to talk about struggle or sacrifice. Instead, we will uncover a truth that has been hidden in plain sight. A truth about who you truly are and the purpose that was set for you long before you were born. Now open your heart. What you are about to hear may change everything. There are signs that set certain people apart. Small details that often go unnoticed but carry a deep meaning. Some of these signs are even marked on the body itself. Have you ever noticed the letter M engraved on your palm? Or perhaps the subtle shape of a crescent moon within the lines of your hand? These are not random patterns. They are reminders of something greater, signs of a purpose that goes beyond the ordinary. But the real evidence is not just in physical marks, it is in what you feel deep inside. You have always sensed that your life was different, that you were not meant to walk the same path as everyone else. There has always been a quiet voice within you, telling you that you were meant for something more. This is not a coincidence. If you have ever felt this restlessness, this deep knowing, then you are being called. And what comes next will help you understand why. You were never meant to blend in. From an early age, you felt different. Your thoughts, your dreams, your way of seeing the world always set you apart. While others seemed content following the conventional path, you questioned it. You sensed that life had more to offer than routine and repetition. This feeling was not a mistake. It was a call. The chosen ones are not meant to live in the shadows of others. They are meant to illuminate the way. But before stepping into that role, they must first recognize who they truly are. Many people spend their lives chasing security, titles, and approval, believing that these things will bring them fulfillment. But deep inside, you know that no job, no amount of money, and no status can define you. What defines you is the purpose that was placed in you before you even took your first breath. This is why the struggle has been so intense. The uncertainty, the doubts, the moments when everything seemed to fall apart, these were never punishments. They were preparations. They were shaping you for something greater, something only you can accomplish. And now, the time has come to stop searching and start discovering. For most of your life, you've been told that work is the foundation of success. Society has conditioned people to believe that their identity is tied to their job, their title, or the amount of money they earn. But what if that's not true? What if your value has nothing to do with what you do to survive, but everything to do with who you were created to be? Many spend their days chasing stability, fighting for a place in a system that was never designed for them. They work tirelessly, believing that security comes from effort alone. But deep down they feel empty, like something crucial is missing. That's because they were not meant to simply work. They were meant to fulfill a purpose. You were never supposed to fit into the world's expectations. Your calling isn't to follow a path designed for someone else. It's to walk in alignment with what was specifically prepared for you. God never intended for you to struggle to find meaning in your work. Instead, He designed you with unique gifts, talents, and passions that point directly to your purpose. When you align with your purpose, work no longer feels like a burden. You no longer chase opportunities. They come to you naturally. You don't have to force doors open. The right ones will open effortlessly. This is not about abandoning responsibility but about shifting your mindset. Instead of asking, "What job should I get?" start asking, "What was I created to do?" Because when you step into your true purpose, everything changes. Most people live in a constant state of seeking success, security, and approval. But seeking often comes from a place of fear, from the belief that if you don't keep running, you'll be left behind. The problem is, when you are always chasing, you rarely stop to ask if what you are pursuing is even meant for you. But the chosen ones are not meant to seek endlessly. They are meant to discover. Discovery is different from searching. Searching is fueled by scarcity. the fear of not having enough. But discovery is fueled by trust, the understanding that what is meant for you will come when the time is right. You don't need to fight for what is already yours. When you align with your purpose, the right path reveals itself step by step. The key is to stop forcing and start listening. Pay attention to the things that naturally excite you, the talents that come effortlessly, and the moments when you feel most alive. These are not coincidences. They are signposts guiding you toward your calling. The world will tell you to hustle, to push, to never stop grinding. But God's way is different. He calls you to listen, to trust, and to move with purpose. Because when you shift from searching to discovering, the weight of uncertainty lifts, and your path becomes clear. God has been speaking to you all along. The signs have always been there, woven into your experiences, your emotions, and even the smallest details of your daily life. But in a world filled with noise, many people fail to notice them. Have you ever felt an unexplainable pull toward something? A deep sense of peace when thinking about a certain path? Or perhaps you've encountered repeating symbols, unexpected opportunities, or people who seem to appear at just the right moment. These are not coincidences. They are divine messages guiding you toward your purpose. But to recognize these signs, you must learn to be still. Most people are too distracted by routine, stress, and the pressure to conform. They rush through life, searching for answers externally, when in reality, the guidance they need is already within them. Ask yourself, what makes me feel truly alive? What activities bring me deep joy and fulfillment? What do others naturally seek my help with? These are not just preferences or talents. They are clues pointing toward what you were meant to do. God does not leave His chosen ones without direction. The path has already been set. You just need to tune in and see the signs that have been waiting for you all along. The chosen ones never fully fit into the world's expectations. There has always been something within you that feels out of place, like you were meant for something beyond the ordinary. You've tried to follow the conventional path, to blend in, to do what society expects. But no matter how hard you try, there's always a feeling that something is missing. That's because you were never meant to conform. You were meant to transform. You were called to walk a different path, one that requires courage, faith, and trust in something greater than yourself. The moment you stop trying to fit into a system that wasn't designed for you, everything changes. You stop living for external validation and start living in alignment with your true calling. Walking this path isn't always easy. It means letting go of the need for approval, stepping away from the crowd, and embracing uncertainty. It requires faith to trust that even when the road is unclear, you are being guided exactly where you need to be. But as you step into this journey, you will notice something incredible. The right people, opportunities, and circumstances will start to align effortlessly. The more you embrace who you truly are, the more clarity you will gain. You were not created to follow. You were created to lead. The moment you fully accept that, the doubts will fade, and your purpose will become undeniable. This is the path of the chosen ones. Will you walk it? The world teaches that abundance is measured by money, possessions, and status. People spend their lives chasing financial security, believing that once they have enough, they will finally find peace. But no matter how much they acquire, it never feels like enough. The fear of losing it all remains. But true abundance doesn't come from the world. It comes from God. It is not something you earn through endless effort. It is something you align with when you walk in your purpose. Imagine two different sources of water. One is a bucket that must constantly be refilled, always at risk of running dry. The other is a natural spring, flowing endlessly, never depleting. Worldly wealth is like the bucket. It requires constant work, and the fear of scarcity is always present. But God's abundance is like the spring. It never runs out because it flows from a source that is infinite. When you align with your calling, provision comes not through struggle, but through trust. This does not mean life will be without challenges, but it does mean that you will always have what you need, exactly when you need it. You won't have to force doors open. Opportunities will come naturally. You won't have to chase success. It will follow you. God did not create you to live in fear of scarcity. He created you to live in confidence, knowing that as long as you are walking in your purpose, everything you need will be provided. The question is no longer how much do I have, but rather, am I living in alignment with the abundance that has already been set aside for me?